Living expenses throughout the globe have risen exorbitantly in the last 5 years or so. Costs for everything, be it food, utilities, and services, have surged up. As a matter of fact, the whole world has faced significant rates of inflation, be it first world or third world nations. However, the world's most expensive countries are predominantly first world, highly developed nations. Despite their high cost of living, these countries remain sought-after destinations due to their superior quality of life and abundant high-paying job opportunities. Hence, the living expenses in most of these countries are on par with the purchasing power of their citizens, thanks to the high-paying jobs. This equilibrium makes these destinations viable for those seeking better career prospects and a higher standard of living. The countries highlighted in this video are ranked based on their median monthly living costs, derived from a comprehensive, crowdsourced online database. Another thing to note is that overseas territories in microstate like Monaco, Andorra, Bermuda, and the Cayman Islands will not be mentioned in this video. So with all that in consideration, here are 15 of the most expensive countries to live in the world in 2025. Number 15, Canada. Living in Canada entails significant financial demands, as the country has witnessed some of the highest inflation rates in the last 5 years or so. Key contributors to this high cost include soaring housing prices, inflated expenses for essentials such as groceries, utilities, transportation, and notably expensive internet services. Its median living expense depends on where you want to live. Most expats are drawn to the bigger, populous cities, like Toronto or Vancouver. However, rent and housing costs will be more expensive in these cities. For monthly rent in an area like Vancouver, one can expect to pay $1,600 to $2,100 per month, while in Toronto, one can expect to pay $1,500 to $2,000 per month. Food prices in Canada have also increased over the last couple years, and the increases have been attributed to poor weather, labor shortages, and other causes. As a whole, the median price to live comfortably in Canada clocks at around $2,570 a month. Number 14, Norway. Norway is one of the most desired destinations for young expats globally. The country has the most stable economy and a safe and secure environment to live in. But the cost of living in Norway is notoriously high, especially when it comes to housing, food, and transportation. However, higher salaries offset these prices. The average cost of living in Norway will depend on the lifestyle and where in the country you choose to settle. According to the statistics of 2024, a single person can expect to spend around $2,670 per month. This amount includes the cost of groceries, utilities, accommodation, and other necessities. One of the primary factors contributing to Norway's high cost of living is the limited availability of housing, particularly in urban areas. Plus, food is expensive because most of the fresh produce is imported into this Scandinavian country. Number 13, New Zealand. Affectionately known as the land of the long white cloud, New Zealand is a land of natural beauty, friendly people, and a relaxed way of life. Situated in the southwestern Pacific Ocean, this island nation boasts breathtaking landscapes that range from snow-capped mountains and glaciers to pristine beaches and lush rainforests. Living in New Zealand provides a distinct way of life that's rare to encounter elsewhere. Life here moves at a more leisurely pace, allowing for a better work-life balance and more time to enjoy the great outdoors. But all of this comes with a high price tag, especially for those choosing to reside in its main cities of Auckland and Wellington, as both of these cities boast a 50% higher cost of living than other rural regions in the country. Currently, the median living cost to live comfortably in New Zealand for a single individual comes out at around $2,800 a month. Number 12, the United Arab Emirates. The UAE has turned out to be a popular expat destination, all thanks to its tax-free earnings and the luxury lifestyle. Its glitzy city of Dubai offers a compelling mix of career prospects, enhanced living standards, and an entirely new cultural experience. The unique blend of traditional Eastern values and modern Western amenities creates an intriguing environment that beckons its multicultural society. The living costs vary throughout the UAE, but it mainly depends upon the lifestyle choices and the type of accommodation. Nevertheless, for most expats, a monthly budget of $3,000 is sufficient enough to live a comfortable yet exciting life in the United Arab Emirates. But be aware, this amount can go even higher in the peak tourist season from late December to March. Another thing to note is that the inflation rate of the country is on an upward trajectory, so prices for food and goods are expected to rise in the coming years as well. Number 11. Qatar. In the past, the UAE and Kuwait were considered the most expensive Persian Gulf states, but nowadays Qatar overtook all of them due to a sudden surge of inflation. Currently, a single individual requires at least $3,000 to reside adequately, that too outside of its main city of Doha. The major contributor to its monthly cost is rent, with the median rent for a one-bedroom apartment in its main city of Doha costing $1,800. While on the flip side, prices of fuel, utilities, and goods are noticeably cheaper. Plus, its residents enjoy lesser taxes as the state imposes no income tax, property tax, and value-added tax on goods and services. Additionally, the country is among those nations with the highest GDP per capita, so obviously its residents enjoy superior purchasing power. In addition, it is a great country for expatriates seeking high-paying jobs mainly in the field of petroleum, IT, healthcare, and finance. Number 10. Ireland. Renowned for its vibrant culture, picturesque countryside, and lively cities, Ireland often appears to be an idyllic place to call home. However, as an island nation, it faces inherent economic challenges, such as higher costs for goods and services due to import reliance. This issue is magnified in urban hubs like Dublin, where housing shortages have driven rental prices sky high, placing additional strain on both locals and expatriates. On the flip side, wages are relatively high, boasting a median salary of approximately $3,300 per month. Expenses often match this figure, leaving little room for savings for many residents. However, it's important to note that, while the financial margin may be narrow, the quality of life Ireland offers often justifies the cost. Ireland's strengths lie in its unique blend of modernity and tradition. Its cities hum with activity, offering world-class education, healthcare, and cultural experiences, while its countryside provides a peaceful retreat with breathtaking views and a slower pace of life. Number 9. Australia. From the bustling streets of Melbourne to the awe-inspiring landscapes of the outback, this country offers a unique blend of adventure and relaxation. However, Australia isn't your run-of-the-mill destination when it comes to expenses. The high standard of living in Australia is tempting to many, but this quality of life comes at a price. According to Expatistan, a collaborative cost of living database based on crowdsourced data from locals, the current median cost of living in Australia comes out at around $3,200. There are many factors that contribute to this high living costs. Firstly, rent prices in Australia vary significantly across different cities, with Sydney and Melbourne being the most expensive listings for rent. Other cities, such as Brisbane, Perth, and Adelaide, offer more affordable options, but the median rent of $1,600 is the norm. While groceries and utilities have also gotten expensive with its inflation rate in the last quarter of 2024, surging up to 3.8%. On the contrary, the country's economy is stable, with a GDP per capita of $66,000 as of 2024. This figure places Australia among one of the wealthiest nations in the world. However, the high cost of living can be a burden for many Aussies, particularly those in lower income brackets. Number 8. Luxembourg. Often touted as one of the richest countries in the world, thanks to its higher than average GDP per capita of approximately $135,000. Luxembourg is without a doubt one of the most expensive countries to live in the world. Renting is incredibly costly, especially in its namesake capital. Utilities also tend to be pricey, with electricity prices in Luxembourg being particularly high. That said, if you're an expat moving to Luxembourg for work, you'll likely earn rather well here. In fact, the country has the highest minimum wage in the EU, so most of its residents are easily able to afford a comfortable life in the country. While the higher living costs might give pause to those considering the move, Luxembourg's many advantages, from its strong economy to its unparalleled quality of life, make it an extraordinary place to call home. With a government that looks after its residents and values well-being, Luxembourg has an extraordinary number of pros that could convince anyone who is uncertain about making the move to this small, landlocked European country. Number 7. The United States. The United States is the third largest country in the world, with over 50 states, all of which offer a different lifestyle and living costs. From the bustling metropolises of the Northeast to the sprawling landscapes of the Midwest, the affordability and pace of life vary greatly depending on where you choose to settle. The Northeastern region, including states like New York, Massachusetts, and Connecticut, are known for high living costs, with housing and services commanding a premium. The West Coast follows closely, with California and Hawaii consistently ranking among the most expensive states, driven by their desirable climates, booming economies, and coastal allure. Conversely, the Midwest and Southern states, such as Arkansas, Mississippi, and Alabama, are celebrated for their affordability, offering lower housing costs and a generally more budget-friendly lifestyle. But collectively as a whole, the median amount to live comfortably is estimated to be around $3,300, while the average American household spends $60,000 a year to cover their expenses, out of which most spend an average of $1,900 a month, nearly 40% of their income, on housing, and the rest is spent on groceries, services, and entertainment. Number 6. The Bahamas. The Bahamas is a popular vacation destination known for its crystal clear waters, white sandy beaches, and laid-back lifestyle. However, it can also be an expensive place to live due to its location and a high rate of touristic activity. Additionally, many affluent investors buy property here, as taxes are very lenient in the country, so the real estate market of this island nation is always booming. It consists more than 700 islands, many of which are remote and only accessible by boat or plane. This means that transportation costs can be high, as goods and accessories are imported from elsewhere. Additionally, the economy is heavily dependent on tourism. This means that prices are higher in areas frequented by tourists. The median cost of living can reach up to $3,350, a figure which easily go higher during the peak tourist season. Nonetheless, the country's inflation rate is on a downward trajectory, so prices for goods and services are expected to decrease in 2025. But be aware, fresh produce is always more expensive due to the difficulties associated with transportation and short shelf lives. Number 5. Denmark. Denmark offers a strong welfare system and high living standards, attracting residents with its great quality of life. Excellent healthcare and education, infrastructure, and clean and efficient transport systems are all factors that contribute to Denmark's high cost of living. Housing costs are a significant contributor to the high cost of living in Denmark, with rental prices being particularly high in major cities like Copenhagen and Aarhus. Furthermore, Denmark deems many public services essential, which creates a high social welfare state, but leads to high taxes for the citizens of the country. The estimated monthly cost to live in Denmark is around $3,500 per month, and the current inflation rate is recorded at 1.6%. Economic indicators also play a significant role in Denmark's cost of living. The country's GDP per capita is expected to reach $68,000 in the first quarter of 2025. The figure is evidence of Denmark's strong economy and its ability to provide a high standard of living for its citizens. Number 4. United Kingdom. The United Kingdom, particularly London, is known for its high housing costs and living expenses. Average monthly rents can reach up to 1,700 British pounds sterling, which is roughly equivalent to 2,100 US dollars. Plus, property prices are exceptionally high in the UK, partly a result of limited space, but also a product of restrictive planning system. Taxes and other government fees are also high in the UK. The government charges fees for taxes, which includes income tax, council tax, and value-added tax. Healthcare is publicly funded, but private insurance can be costly. Groceries and transportation costs are moderate, reflecting the UK's position as an expensive European country to live in. Furthermore, the country has faced one of the highest rates of inflation in the last couple of years, with the current rate set at 4.4% in the end of 2024. Energy crisis, which leads to increase in energy prices, is another cause for the high cost of living in the UK. Number 3. Iceland. A small island nation located in the North Atlantic, Iceland is known for its stunning natural landscapes, including glaciers, geysers, and black sand beaches. Life in Iceland can be pricey. One reason for the high cost of living in Iceland is its remote location and the associated transportation costs. Many goods and services need to be imported, which can increase their cost. Additionally, Iceland does not have a large economy or population, which means that goods are produced on a smaller scale, further driving up costs. The median amount to live comfortably in Iceland is estimated to be around 4,100 US dollars, and the current inflation rate is at an all-time high of 4.8%. Another factor contributing to the high cost of living in Iceland is the country's emphasis on social welfare and equality. While these values are admirable, they require a higher tax rate and more expensive public services. Number 2. Switzerland. Switzerland tops the list of all positive indexes, be it quality of life, safety, healthcare, air quality, education, and more. So evidently, its exceptional living standards come with high costs, but these are balanced by the country's equally high purchasing power and robust average incomes. The cost of everyday items such as groceries, transportation, and housing are significantly higher than in many other countries. The anticipated monthly expenses usually equate to around $4,500 in its main cities of Geneva, Zurich, Bern, and Lucerne. Switzerland's strong currency, the Swiss franc, is a major contributor to the high cost of living. The franc is considered a safe haven currency, meaning that investors often turn to it during economic uncertainty. The country also boasts the fourth highest GDP per capita clocking at 107,000 US dollars. Overall, whether you're looking to experience the beauty of the Swiss Alps or the sophistication of Swiss cities like Zurich and Geneva, Switzerland is your destination. Number 1. Singapore. The Republic of Singapore sets the bar high for urban efficiency and safety, being among the cleanest and safest in all of Asia. This small island country offers its residents high standards of living, combining stringent rules, well-maintained infrastructure, and a rich culinary scene. Its high cost of living relates directly to its small size and the limited amount of natural resources. This means that many goods and services need to be imported, which can increase prices due to transportation costs. According to a crowdsourced online database, as an expat, your monthly expenses in Singapore are likely to be around 5,200 US dollars. Education and healthcare, while high quality, can also be costly, especially for expatriates relying on private services. Additionally, Singapore's status as a global financial hub attracts wealth and demand, further inflating prices. Despite these costs, the city-state offers exceptional infrastructure, safety, and quality of life, which many find worth the investment.